monster season for Jaylen Brown. The former NBA Finals MVP is currently averaging career highs in points, boards, and dimes, helping the Celtics to second place in the East while still missing Jason Tatum to injury. Here's our own Chris Canty on Unsportsmanlike on Brown.
If he wins the MVP, is his career better than Jason Tatum's? Tatum is more first-team All-NBA.
If you're an MVP and a Finals MVP, you got a ring. Yes.
Vince, do you agree?
I love Chris Canty. But no.
I too.
Look, and I hate putting these two guys against each other because that's what they feel like has been happening their entire careers. But when you look at Jason Tatum's career, he's had 5 All-NBA seasons. He's got an Eastern Conference Finals MVP. Jaylen Brown does have the Finals MVP. He's made All-NBA team 1 time. When I think of historical players, James Harden has an MVP, Dwayne Wade does not. There's no way I'm taking James Harden over Dwayne Wade historically. Isaiah Thomas does not have an MVP. Allen Iverson does. I'm not taking Allen Iverson over Isaiah Thomas. Even if it's the equalizer, like player against player, the MVP doesn't make you better historically than another guy, let alone in a unique situation like this. And I'm not taking anything away from Jaylen Brown because he's having a fantastic season and would be a deserving MVP as he's already been in all these other phases of his NBA career.
Vinny, I would tell you that I get where you're coming from because Jason Tatum has been underappreciated for years. He's a 4-time All-NBA first-team player. He's an NBA champion. He's been to 2 NBA finals, been to 5 conference finals appearances, et cetera, et cetera. But we can't dismiss this question as if there's no way that you can look at Brown if he wins an MVP, and here's why. Because he's been underserved throughout the years. Think about it. He's been to 6 conference finals. Jason Tatum didn't go to no conference finals without him. He's been there every single time. He was there as the number 2 option. He was there as a reliable dude. And then on top of it all, he wins a conference finals MVP. He wins an NBA finals MVP. He wins a championship. Tatum is right there. And so you have to look at it from that standpoint to then step up. Remember, he got his $300 million contract before Tatum got it, okay? And what does he do? Tatum goes down, and all the pressure is on him. He doesn't have the assets that he used to have, and he simply goes out there and averages nearly 30 and is a top 2 candidate for league MVP honors. I'm not saying it's a definitive yes, and it's not one against the other because obviously they work considerably well together and they deserve the acclaim that they get. But we can't summarily dismiss the possibility that some people will look at Jaylen Brown and presume that he will have had a better career when so much is measured by your postseason success. And in the postseason, he stepped up. And then remember, we look at these numbers, there's certain things you can't look at numbers about. His defensive prowess. You understand? When you talk about what he did and, you know, how he exposed Luka and all of this other stuff in the finals, Jaylen Brown is arguably the best 2-way player in basketball. We can't ignore that. So I'm just saying it's a worthy discussion. Nothing definitive about it, but it's a worthy discussion.
I'm going to add this too. Jaylen Brown's 3 triple-doubles this season, most by a Celtics player in over a decade. He's doing a lot right now for the season.
Just think Cade is incredible. I think Cade is ready to take them next steps, man. He got his team number 1 in the East. Came out the All-Star break, 42-9 at the Garden, owning the New York Knicks. Cade Cunningham owns the New York Knicks.
Cade Cunningham has been playing his best basketball, that is true, when facing the Knicks, averaging over 27 points per game, 11 assists per game. He has led the Pistons to a 3-0 record against New York this season. That's right, Draymond Green, you heard him say it. He said he has owned the Knicks, Cade Cunningham. Do you agree with him, Monica? Has he owned the Knicks, Cade Cunningham?
I do not. Oh,
What?
sorry, Shay.
Go on, girl.
Listen, let me explain something. Y'all, coming into the other night, literally, Cade in his 11 games versus the Knicks, he was averaging like 24 and 8 assists, I believe. And so, yes. And literally, I heard the sound and I was like, that's true. Except there's this little playoff series where it didn't unfold that way. So to me, in order to equivocally put a period on that sentence, he would have had to send the Knicks home. And he didn't. But has Cade seemingly had an excellent performance versus the Knicks over the course of his career? Yeah, in the regular season. So that's why I got to stop on this one.
Eminem, Vinny, hold on for a second. Let me chime in here with Eminem.
Go ahead, tell me. Now tell me postseason don't matter. Go ahead.
Hold on. I mean, I don't want to be inappropriate or nothing like that. But between the hat, the hairdo, the glasses, now that I got to admit, you've been on your swag over the last few weeks. I've been very, very impressed. I have to say this. You know, I just have to say this, Eminem. Hey, I mean, I got to give it up to you. I just do. I mean, marriage has done. I mean, she always was great, but marriage is. I mean, she's just glowing and just happy, and she just wears. I mean, it's very few people that wear their glow. You understand what I'm saying? Remember the aura with Rick James, Dave Chappelle imitating the aura I see it was orange. To see it, yes. I see it. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those things. That's why she's rocking it. I got it for you, Sweat. I got it for you, Eminem. But here's my issue with you.
Okay. Tell me.
Why are you not paying enough attention to the fact that the Knicks look different than they did a year ago? See, if you're just looking at Cade, I got it. And I know the playoffs aren't here yet compared to last season. But the Knicks look different. And dare I say they look softer. I'm not seeing the same level of grit that I saw. With Tom Thibodeau, they could be down 20. I knew they were coming back. They might come back and lose, but I knew they were coming back. There was a fight. That's why I was so happy when I saw them against Houston the other night in the fourth quarter when they came back from an 18-point deficit. My point is, you're looking for that grit, that grind, those cardiac kids that everything about them looks like overachievers, and they won't stop. They're like the little engine that could. They won't stop. That's what you're looking to see from them. And it's like the weight of expectations have dimmed their shine a little bit. Not a lot, because they're still 15, 16 games above 500. But a little bit. How come you don't bring that up?
So, I say on Friday, when we did have to react, in my defense,
yes,
I did acknowledge that. And I said, remember I said this to you. I said, it's not a talent gap right now. It is a mentality gap, which to me, the mentality is speaking to what you're talking about, right? So here's what I will say. Because you're right. This team has shifted a little bit from who they were a couple of seasons ago in particular, when around the league, the comment might have been, they're not going to score a whole lot of points, but they're going to play hard. It has certainly shifted from that. Here's what I'm looking at as we move forward. Because if you ask me, do they have a Pistons problem? The answer is absolutely yes. If you ask me, do they struggle to defend Cade Cunningham? The answer is absolutely yes. I can't give you own because the Knicks did send the Pistons home last year in the postseason, which quite frankly may have awoken a beast. As I'm looking ahead to this season, I am with you 100%. They got this next month and 2 weeks in April or so to toughen up if they are going a collision course to run into the Detroit Pistons. They will have to shoot the basketball better. They will have to find some of that deep grit that has allowed this team to get to this point, as we're talking about them as a contender for sure. And they are definitely going to have to find a more consistent way to make sure that the 1-2 punch of Brunson and Towns is effective. So I will give you that. I do not disagree that things have changed. I just think that they'll have a little bit of time to figure it out, and that I'm hoping that their experience will shine forth.
Stephen A., do you think Cade Cunningham owns the Knicks? Do you agree,
I think he's
Jim?
owned them this season. That's fair.
I'll give you that.
I think he has abused them. They haven't beaten the Knicks. They've owned them. They've embarrassed them. They ran them out of the state of Michigan. I mean, it's gotten to the point where, you know what, the New York Knicks got their own immigration problems because they might not allow them back in the state of Michigan with what the hell's going on with them, where they're getting their ass kicked, okay? And then you show up at the Garden, and then without Isaiah Stewart, without Jalen Duren, without their front line, this brother goes out and drops 42 and 30.